Good afternoon, everybody. You guys excited? Yeah? Okay. My name's Hallie, and we're here today for our signing. We have Carson, Tevin, Kevin, and Breezy, and we're going to go ahead and start with Coach Price over here. But before we do that, I just wanted to kind of personally say how proud I am of all our athletes. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort to go and play next level after high school, and so we're really proud of everybody who's choosing to do that. So here's Coach Price.
Thank you. Carson, go ahead and stand up. That was the request. So, very proud of everybody here today. This is a big day. Parents as well. Congratulations. Super excited for everyone and their opportunities that await. So, we're going to start here with Carson Tangness, and young man came to us a couple years ago, been in the program. I remember, he probably doesn't want me telling this story, but I remember we were in the weight room one day early when he, upon his arrival, and it was a tough day for him. There was a certain ladder push-up workout that he struggled with a little bit, and so it ended up kind of being a bad day. But he, long story short, came back and ended up really being good in the weight room. And the weight room's kind of a major predictor to what kids' success are going to be, or if they're going to be able to go to the next level, because you've got there's a level of toughness and commitment that you have to have in there. And Carson did a really good job of committing to that, and his body changed, and he was able to contribute to our program and to our team because of that. And a lot of people would have given up on that first day, and they would have found something else to do. But he came back and worked his butt off, and that's credit to him. He has two great parents that push him and support him. And that obviously is a major factor as well. But he had a great year for us. He can guard, 3 to 4 positions on the floor for us. Spread the floor with the shooting ability. Great passer. Great rebounder. He, let's see what else. He also ran some point guard for us in some times of need and did a great job of that. So really just a Swiss Army knife for our team this year, and you have to have players like that, and that's a big reason why he's getting an opportunity at the next level, because he can do so many things well. So we're excited about the next phase for him, and I know he is as well. And if he continues to grow and keep that strong work ethic, he's going to get to play basketball for a long time. So congratulations, Carson. All right, Big Tev, stand up. All right, this is Big Tevin Tate, as many of you know. He is a 3-sport athlete here. He was a 3-year starter for the basketball team. He was an all-conference selection twice, 6A West, all-defense selection twice. He was a team captain along with Carson this year. These two are our team captains this year. Did a great job of that. Both of them are great locker room guys, great hallway guys. They have way more friends on this campus than enemies, and a lot of people were able to come out and support them this year, which is great. I think you still have a little track left, don't you? We're still throwing? Okay, so he's his athletic career or year starts, first day of school and ends last day of school pretty much. So he gives a lot to this campus, and we got some big shoes to fill for whoever's gonna take over the duties in the paint and on the field and throwing the disc and shot. But he's been a great leader for us. Tevin, kind of same thing. He kind of had some humble beginnings. We knew physically that he was gifted and was going to be able to help us, but the skill, the footwork, the touch, all those things were definitely a process and did not come that easy. But this young man put the time in. He allowed Coach Seeley, myself, and my dad may have even have taken you to a goal a few times as well. But he allowed us to work with him, and there were days where he would be frustrated, but he'd come back the next day and soak it up. So extremely coachable. It's both these guys are great Bulldogs, and they're going to be missed. We got a lot of stories. There's going to be a lot of times where I'll be talking to the next group for many years ahead, and I'll say, well, I had this young man that did this, or I had this young man that did that, and so they're going to be, their legacy is going to live on. That's what I want, with all my players. So Tevin is going to get to go play some more basketball, and we're excited about that. And I think I just found out that as the coaches were talking, they're going to get to play against each other next year. So that's going to be pretty cool. I need to get the live stream for that one. All right, so Tevin Tate.
So I'm going to go about this a little differently. We're going to start with Kevin, then I'm going to go to Breeze, and I'm going to come back and we'll talk about her accomplishments because we're considered an individual sport, so we have a lot more chances for individual accolades than a basketball team would have. You'd have to win state to get something, but we have an individual opportunity here. So I'm going to talk about Kevin. If y'all know him, you know him. I mean, he's a fantastic young man. I've had the pleasure of knowing him, is it 10 years now? My claim to fame is I got him in the water. He started with us. There used to be a team called the Springdale Sea Lions, which was a summer league team that we created to get the community of Springdale involved in swimming. A lot of people don't know that's available at the high school. The first year we did it, Kevin got in there. And no pun intended, fish in water. I mean, he just immediately took off with it. I remember him swimming, and then he joined the club team after that. He just kept going and kept going. Well, he looked more like this then, and he finished looking like that. But it was funny, the whole way up through school, I got to work with him. I was at J.O. Kelly when he was at J.O. Kelly. And I would tell the coaches, hey, I'm just telling you right now, this dude right here, he's about to be the champ. And they're just like, and at the time, he hadn't grown up to be a young man. They're just looking at it going, dude, what, Kevin? I was like, I promise you, just wait. About 8th or 9th grade year, man just took off. And it has been not if he wins, it's how bad he's fixing to beat everybody around him. And if you want to see proof of it, go to YouTube, type in the Arkansas State Swim Championship, and just watch him go. It starts off, when the gun fires, it's close. After that, it's just whatever he wants it to be. If he wants to have mercy, he'll have mercy. If he doesn't want to have mercy, he's not going to have mercy. Depends on who he's swimming against. And one thing I like to tell a story about each kid, I've known him for years, but the one thing that I've always loved, he started with the Sea Lions. He got out of it, and within a few years, he was giving back. He has been a Sea Lion. Now we're called the Jellyfish, and I won't get into the weeds on that one. But he has helped give back to the Springdale community since he was 10 years old. He has coached kids. He has went out and recruited kids. All the kids that works with him, he doesn't realize this yet, but when he has to say goodbye this summer, these kids are probably going to maul him because he's got such a great relationship with our team over there. They look for, he's Coach Kevin. He's been Coach Kevin for, good Lord, since he was 10. And I just love that about him. The coolest thing I can say, and those of us who East Springdale people know, the best swimmer in the state of Arkansas came from Parson Hills. The best swimmer in the state of Arkansas went through J.O. Kelly. The best swimmer in the state of Arkansas went to George Junior High. And now the best swimmer in the state of Arkansas is graduating from Springdale High School. He is, and I'm not saying that because he's my kid, he is the best. He's 2-time swimmer of the year in the state of Arkansas. I'll get into his accolades here in a minute, but this shows that can be done. Okay? All right. Sorry, I might get a little emotional with this one. So, all right, I'm going to come back to you. Let me give Breeze. With her, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to get to know her that well. Oh, yeah, she's got to stand. Sorry. Lou Tart's being bossy over there. So she just joined us about 1.5 years ago. They moved in from Canada? Canada, okay. She was all over the place, though. Fantastic diver, fantastic young woman. I like to tell a story about her. I don't we know each other, and I've worked with her, and she has her own coach, and she does her own thing. But the one thing I always loved, especially about both the girls, and this is a credit to their parents, we take for granted that we get to be on a high school team. She didn't get to be on the high school teams because she was a junior, because wherever she lived wouldn't allow homeschool kids to be on the team. So stuff that we take basketball for granted, she didn't get to do it. So the first time that I met them, I remember I was like, okay, yeah. So I come down with stuff that you all normally get, T-shirts, sweats, a tank top. I brought them just about everything I gave the kids, and I've never seen a more grateful group than this family. Y'all are used to it. That was totally foreign to them, right? Her and her sister, eyes were big. I had this big bag of clothes, and every time I'd come down there and give them a new tank top or the beanie was a big hit. Super appreciative, and I just love that about her. I mean, she didn't have to dive for Springdale. She chose to dive for Springdale. She's a national level diver, and I'll get into her accomplishments here in a minute. But I just love that, and that comes from the parents, Leanne and Abel. Is he coming today? I guess he's not. No. And just so you know, she is going to Arkansas. Her dad is the dive coach at Arkansas, so when they moved in, they moved to our area. We're very lucky. Okay, I think that's going to be it for you right now. I'm going to start with her. So I'm going to let her sit down, Lutar. Don't get bossy. So I'm going to talk about what she's done just in this time. In her 2 years, she's two-time conference champion, 2 first-team all-conference selections. She won state this year by the highest total in 10 years. Obviously, first-team all-state. And this is what's wild. I didn't even know we went this high, to be honest with you, until I talked to them today. I should be more in tune with academics maybe, but 4.71 GPA. And she told me that, or her dad told me that, and I'll go, dude, what happened to 4? Like, how'd we get to 4.7? I didn't even know that was a thing. 4.71 GPA. Exactly, Coach Cotton. That's what I said. I was like, my goodness. And the coolest thing, and I talked to her dad today, I told you she was national level. She is ranked in the top 15 in the country. Not the region, not Arkansas and Texas, not the Midwest. I'm talking LA to New York to Miami to Seattle. Top 15. That's how talented. You know, and she gets to go to Arkansas, so if you ever want to just see a show, she'll be right down the road. Okay? All right, so now let me get to Kevin. I had to, especially with Kevin, this has been a while here. All right, Kevin. Okay. 6-time conference champion, 8-time first team all-conference selection, 5-time state champion, 5-time first team all-state, 2-time swimmer of the year, 16 individual medals between conference and state. Take a wild guess how many you can get. 16. He got a medal every single time. Of those 16, 11 were first place. He broke 2 state records. He's going to leave the most decorated swimmer in the history of Springdale High School. We had Dexter Thomas a few years ago, and we even had Sarah Tuning a few years ago. He's leaving with 5 state championships. And I saw his GPA as well. His is a 4.23, which is maybe the first time he's ever lost to Breeze, is because he's got a 4.23 as opposed to a 4.71, so he's just going to have to live with that. So that's an incredible list. I mean, and when I tell you he's the best swimmer in the state of Arkansas, go ask. Ask anybody. This isn't me talking. Okay? It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Like I said, I implore you to go watch some of the state championship meets and just watch him go. It's not fair. Okay. So with that, I believe I have covered everything I want to do. Who goes to? Is it going to? Okay. Yeah.
My name is Betsy Barker, and I am Assistant Athletic Director for the school district, and I want to congratulate these athletes on going to the next step. We're really proud of you, and I want to thank you all for coming, but we do have one last thing to do, so if you have a pen and you have your piece of paper out there, you can sign your letters. It's just kind of ceremonial here. We just want to get a look. We just want to get a picture of you signing, so. All right, thank you guys for coming. And if you want individual pictures, I'm sure they're happy to oblige. Thank you.